Hi, my name is Amanda Camporiali. Um, I'm a senior religious studies and history major. Um, yeah, I'm from Jackson, New Jersey. The story that I have for you guys today is called Old Sultan. It's also from the Brothers Grimm, um, and it goes like this. There's a shepherd who has a dog. His name is Old Sultan. He's called Old Sultan for a reason. He's very old. He has no teeth left. And one day he overhears his shepherd master and his wife having a discussion about him. And the shepherd says, "Tomorrow morning I'm going to shoot Sultan. He's no longer any use to us, and he has no reason left to really be alive." And the wife says, "But that's not really fair because he served us so well. Let the poor creature live. He's deserved it." Um, and the shepherd says, "No, it's Sultan's time. I'm still gonna shoot him tomorrow." So Old Sultan is sitting nearby and he hears this and he's like, "What am I gonna do? I don't want to die." So later that night, he runs into the woods to talk to his friend, who's just known as Wolf. Um, and the wolf says, after hearing Old Sultan's plights and sorrows, says, "Oh, well, don't worry about it. I can help you." He says, "Your family normally goes on a little walk in the morning to a meadow, and it's the shepherd, his wife, and their child. And the wolf instructs Old Sultan to lay next to the child and protect him from the wolf. Because the wolf is going to come up and he's going to grab the child and run off with him, and the Old Sultan is going to follow him as fast as he can until Wolf drops the child and Old Sultan can save him." So the plan goes off without a hitch the next morning, and the shepherd and his wife are so happy, and the master changes his mind. The master says, "Wife, let's go home. We're going to give him Old Sultan a good meal. He's earned his right to live, and he still obviously has some uses." So Old Sultan gets his good meal, and later on he's talking to the wolf and says, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'm not going to die anymore." He changed his mind. And the wolf says, "Oh, it was no problem, but now that I've helped you, can you help me? Every once in a while, I would like a fine fat sheep to eat." And Old Sultan says, "No, I'm going to be true to my master. You can't have any sheep." But the wolf thought that Old Sultan was joking, and so goes on his merry way. And later that night, he's looking for a fine fat sheep to eat. But Old Sultan had told his master, the shepherd, about what the wolf planned to do, and the shepherd was waiting for him and chased off the wolf. The wolf was enraged that Old Sultan was not joking about not letting the wolf have any sheep. And he swore to have his revenge. So the next morning, the wolf recruited the boar to fight Old Sultan and get his revenge. Old Sultan had no other friends except for the master's three-legged cat, who he had no choice but to bring with him. So the next morning, it's the wolf and the boar are waiting there, and they're watching Old Sultan and the cat come up to them. However, the cat her tail, was standing straight up, and when they saw that, the boar and the wolf thought that she was carrying a sword, and that every time she limped, because she was three-legged, she was picking up stone to throw at them. They didn't really like the way that fight was looking, so they decided to hide. The wolf hid up in the trees, and the boar decided to hide in the bush, but his ears were sticking out. When Old Sultan and the cat got there, they were like, "Where'd they go?" But the boar, who was not really hidden that well, decided to scare the cat, on accident, of course. So the cat jumped at him, scratched and bit, and the boar ran away, saying, "I'm not the one you want. This is not my fight. The one you really want is up in the trees." So lo and behold, after the boar runs away, the cat and Old Sultan are looking up into the trees, and there's the wolf, terrified. And the cat and Old Sultan call him a whole bunch of names, call him a coward, and how dare he fight like that. And the wolf doesn't come down until he's thoroughly humiliated and promises to be Old Sultan's best friend again. But that's how it ends, with the wolf and the Old Sultan back together as friends. So, yeah, that's my story.